All right, we're stepping just outside of Appalachia a little bit again tonight to talk about the land between the lakes. More specifically, the beast of the land between the lakes. Now, I talked about Octagon Hall being the most haunted place in the South. Well, from all the stories, land between the lakes might be the most cursed place in the South. Now, if you factor in the Native American stories, then this thing has been talked about since the 1700s. But the stories have been pervasive here in the LBL, Land Between the Lakes area, since at least the 1960s. Stories have just been rampant. Now, one of the most popular stories is what I'm going to cover tonight that happened in the 1980s. But the beast, the dog man, the werewolf, whatever you want to call it, there's been so many reports. A one-off report of something like this you can dismiss. But when there's hundreds of reports spanning multiple decades, it's a little harder to overlook. This thing's supposed to be around 7 foot tall, very muscular, but a lean, skinny muscular. Not a real buff muscular, just real lean and long. And it has a snout like a dog. It walks on two legs like a human, has long claws, and a canine snout. And in the 1980s, there was said to be a family in their RV who was vacationing there, and they met a horrible end. They were mauled by a large predator, and the crime scene did not match any large predators in the area. Bears are not even natural there, but this didn't look like a bear attack. Now, it was a lady in a gas station that kind of opened this can of worms because she just happened to be on duty one morning when a couple of local officers had just left the scene, clearly shaken, and they basically spilled the beans. Well, this was swept under the rug. According to the gas station lady, some men in suits showed up on the scene. Men in black suits with badges showed up on the scene, took over, and you never heard of it again. Now, I will say that LBL is a huge moneymaker for the state of Kentucky. It's a huge tourist destination. It is used recreationally by thousands of people every year to the tune of millions of dollars. So it wouldn't be a far stretch to think that something like this definitely could have got swept under the rug. Well, this story, like I said, that story happened in the 1980s. It is the most well known and discussed, and there's probably several groups of paranormal investigators, cryptid investigators that got into it in the area because of the stories out of LBL, because of the Beast of the Land Between the Lakes stories, is probably what got them in to being investigators in the first place. But that's been Jay's Haunted Appalachia. I hope you guys have enjoyed the story of the Beast of the LBL. Keep sending me your stories and suggestions, guys, and keep Appalachia haunted, y'all.